Sergeant James Eddie Wright, corporal at the time, suffered devastating injuries in 2004 in Iraq. His citation for the Bronze Star, which he received, reads in part, "For heroic achievement in connection with combat operations against the enemy in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom on 7 April 2004. In the Al-Anbar province of Iraq, Corporal Wright's patrol came under heavy machine gun fire, small arms, mortar, and rocket-propelled grenade. He immediately engaged the enemy with this squad automatic weapon, continuing to fire until his vehicle was struck by a rocket-propelled grenade. Despite losing both hands and sustaining severe injuries to his leg, Corporal Wright was the epitome of composure. Understanding the severity of his own injuries, he calmly instructed others on how to remove the radio, call for support, and render first aid. He also pointed out enemy machine gun emplacements to his fellow Marines, assisting in the demise of 26 enemy killed in action. By his zealous initiative, courageous actions, and exceptional dedication to duty, Corporal Wright reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps and the United States Naval Services. Eddie?
Well, thank you very much. I don't believe that all that was necessary, sir, but I'd like to say it's a great honor to actually be a part of this bill and to take part in what's happening in this room today and to support this initiative. Very honored to be able to represent my fellow Marines in this generation of Marines. I'd like to thank the Navy for actually allowing me to be here at this podium today. Because if it wasn't for the Navy, I wouldn't be standing here. The training that I got before I deployed to Iraq with the combat aidsman courses taught by our Navy corpsmen kept me alive. And it's what my fellow teammates used to keep me alive and themselves alive. And I wouldn't be here without that. I wouldn't be here without my corpsmen. I wouldn't be here without the Navy Captain Bowman, who worked on me in Al Taqaddum, and I wouldn't be here without the Navy National Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. When I was a little kid, I decided I wanted to become a Marine, and that was my goal in life, to be a United States Marine. And I was able to achieve that goal, and I'm very proud of that. I love having the title of United States Marine. As a young Marine in boot camp, from day one, we learned the histories and traditions of the Marine Corps. And that's always a part of us. And we also learned the histories and tradition of the Navy because we were part of the Navy. And so, you know, this bill, we're not trying to be separate from the Navy. We're not trying to take away from the traditions and the history of the Navy. We'll always be a part of the Navy, but we will always be Marines first and foremost. And I joined to be a Marine. Like I heard Young Jeremy say the other day, we walk past that recruiting office that says Navy. We walk into that Marine Corps recruiting office because we want to be Marines. And we will be a part of the Navy always, but first and foremost, I'll say again, we're Marines. And so we're out there fighting and laying our butts on the line for our country and for what we believe in. We're proud to do it, and all we're asking for is just equal billing and representation. And really, I don't see any sense in anybody opposing this bill. Senator, it's just 3 words: Department of the Navy and the Marine Corps. So with that, I'm going to give it back to Mr. Bloom, and I thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today in front of you and be a part of this bill.